Welcome to the Swing Vote, where we cover the most pivotal moment in each and every episode of Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans. I don't really know if they're using that subtitle very much. It's Survivor 50. We all know what's up. This episode saw a double boot, so this is kind of a double episode of the pivotal moments in this one. We'll start off with Callow. Let's go there because we're getting a bro down, an old fashioned meat parade. Coach is rounding up all the bros, specifically Joe and Colby. One thing I loved about this scene, so we know Coach loves nicknames. Second to maybe only Philip from Redemption Island and Caramoan, Coach is going to give out nicknames. So back in the day, we had the Wizard and Steven the Warrior in JT, and now he gives Joe and Colby their own nicknames. And when he's giving a nickname to Colby, he's like, yeah, it's not like D&D or anything, but you named the first two people you gave nicknames on the show, the Dragon and Brendan, and then the Warrior and the Wizard. I think it's a little bit potentially D&D related, Coach, and that's fine. D&D is in, but I also understand why pitching Colby on nicknames in D&D was a little silly. And Colby definitely was like, okay, Coach, that's great. But those are the kind of old school moments that I love. And undoubtedly, they will be a big part of things going forward into this crazy 17-person merge. Why are we merging as 17 people, Jeff? I don't know. I'll cover it more when we go live later today around 7 o'clock on the Blindsiders channel, or rather on Better Radio for the Blindsiders show, where we talk about the latest episode in depth. But this could be a disaster depending on what they do, but I'll save it for there. Go back to here. We get Ozzy very upset about being left out of the Mike White vote, although he admits had he known, he would have blown it up. So how upset can you really be, Ozzy? Christian was right to leave you out of it. But I do think that it does put Christian in a worse position here where, he has Emily. Emily's a little like of a wild card. You never know what she's going to tell other people. Steph is kind of like, whatever, Christian, I'm here. So I don't want to get voted off, but I'm also, in my opinion, not going to link herself to Christian long term. I think she will undoubtedly get back with Colby when they make the merge. So I don't think Christian really picked her up as a number in any meaningful way. Angelina, obviously very pissed as well. We didn't get to see it, but in the next interview, she talked about how upset she was with Christian over that. And, if they had won a challenge, which probably wasn't going to happen, but they did make a decent run at it this episode, she probably wouldn't have been a number for Christian going forward. Now Ozzy, while they came back together here, I don't know if Ozzy really trusts Christian that much, and he's going to get to go back with Suri, who now has a new alliance of Camilla, D, Rizo, and Suri, and I think Ozzy could very easily slot into that. So I don't know if this was a great move for Christian, but I do think it is good that when he survived, he gave the shot in the dark to Ozzy to kind of bargain for his life here, make sure nothing went haywire. But on the other hand, I think getting rid of Angelina, who's not going to be a number for him going forward, the bridge is too far burned for that to ever potentially happen, was like the little bit of a good move that he could have gotten out of this. But I don't know. I'm worried for Christian. He's been very heavily featured. Obviously, he's been to every pre-merge tribal council, so of course he's going to be heavily featured, but I just don't know if his game's long for this. And, he's still got Rick. Presumably he still has Emily. Maybe Suri can squash the beef between him and Ozzy. I think Ozzy will just go with Suri, and maybe Emily, will also be able to squash the beef between the two. But I don't know. I think it would have been more like a better move last episode to potentially vote off def, but then again, they probably are right back here at Tribal Council once again. So Christian maybe was just in a bad spot with like a former Alliance member and then with two people that he was supposedly friends with in real life, Mike more than Angelina. And, not a great situation there. So go over to, what is it, Sela, I think. Rizo, great game. Great game move. He's cozying up to Sari. I think that's any superfan's dream to be in an alliance with Sari. As she said, they're Survivor married. That's very exciting. He exchanges his information. He uses his idol in a way to where he can leverage trust from people, something that I think works more with people like Sari, people who are more old school than it does with new school. Now, new school, they hear you have an advantage or an idol of any kind. They're trying to get you out immediately. And I think this was like a great episode, maybe the best episode for Rizo so far. And he's had a couple of good seasons so far in this run. But D, great player, somebody who should be looked at. She's probably the best winner of the new era, and she's also the only winner left. So why not vote her off? But nobody seems to want to go at her, at least for now. And then Camilla, I do think that this is a better alliance for her. Does she want to be with the bros? Probably not. Probably not after last season where the Honor Integrity Bro Alliance kind of was her undoing. So I do really look forward to a merge where we get this kind of more fun alliance versus like the bro-ish Honor Integrity Alliance of Coach Joe and Colby and whoever else they bring in there. But again, I am very, very concerned with what they're going to do with 17 people. Hopefully, they won't have people get eliminated from just a challenge. Maybe they'll do a merge, but then break into teams, and that will be a way to like do like a triple boot. We'll see what happens. But what are your thoughts on this episode? Do you think that Rizo is playing as good a game as I think he's playing? Or are you... Rizo, I have a lot of, friends and family who are watching this season without the context of 49 and maybe not long-term Survivor super fans like myself who are not big on Rizo, which to me is a shame. I like Rizo quite a bit, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on Rizo. And make sure you check out our stream tonight, 7 o'clock, where we'll be covering the episode in depth. Or if you can't watch it, watch the video on demand, the VOD, here on the Blindsiders YouTube channel or on the Better Radio YouTube channel. Thank you so much for checking this one out, and I will see you in the next one.